Assalamu alaikum. Ni ne na Fati White kan wannan shiri na gidan Kawa. Tare na ni Zach Zongo activist.
Zakiyu Tindanayan.
You got the name. The vim to which he spoke. Yes. He's a Zongo activist. Kuma muna da Maridia de mudeta ne ko wani lokaci sa kun santa. The Rashida is she's a fashionista, she's an entrepreneur, she's a helper, she's everything. In fact, a modern CEO. Yeah. And muna kan wannan shiri na gidan Kawa. Kuna kallon mu kan Facebook on Baina TV, kuma kuna duba mu on YouTube at Baina TV. On Instagram we at Baina TV, and on Twitter we at Baina Media. It's a young crew. As kuna kallon mu muna so mu ji abin da kuke think about topic da namu yau. Kuma yau topic da namu discuss shine polygamy. And tukuna mu fara discussion na polygamy mun san addini ya ce bai haramta ba, addini na promote and check madam with polygamy, so no one here is anti-polygamy. We are going to talk about the fact that whether it's good, in which circumstances it's good, and in that case the whole polygamy issue now. Yes, we'll start with what polygamy is, but yes, no, most of us know what polygamy is. What polygamy? Polygamy. When is polygamy and why do you do polygamy? Zach, what is polygamy?
So first things first, I think as human beings we have the right to say we don't agree with polygamy, not necessarily to say that we don't agree with the words of Allah and the practices of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Yes, because again, even the Prophet's wife, it's not all of them that the idea of polygamy synced well with them. You understand? So, as the followers of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, knowing that our strength level is 10% compared to his strength level, yeah, and the support he had from Allah. So again, you can decide to say that I don't agree with polygamy because of A, B, C, D, but where again people say that you can have a contract. So okay, you can have a contract. You can say that okay, I want us to agree that you won't marry more than one. You understand? Whilst we are married.
Would you agree to polygamy?
Oh, I think. Would
you want to practice polygamy?
Inshallah.
You would want to practice polygamy?
Yes.
Why would you want to practice polygamy?
But then how? I think the how is very important for me.
Than the why.
Yes, because in our communities, I think we've not really practiced polygamy how it's supposed to be practiced. The more reason probably we have women, or our Muslim women, some of our Muslim women, I could say in the majority, saying no to polygamy because they are witnesses to certain instances in the communities and their families and all that. So yes, it scares them. You understand? I for one want to add. It's something that I wish I could do. But then again, I would have to look at.
You wish you could do. Are you saying that you can't do it?
No, now I don't think now.
You are ready for polygamy.
Yes, financially, I don't think I can be.
But you have to be financially sound before you can stable before you can add.
Well, you have to be if you are going to be able to take care of your wives and their family. I mean, because probably they might give birth. You understand? And you would want to give them the best. Okay. Not only your wives and the kids, you would want to give them the best. So you have to also measure. Mm-hmm. You look at how deep your pocket is.
Okay, so we'll come to the factors that will lead to polygamy. But Mardia, kin allow mijinki ekara matako emikisha kokwa kiya da mijin da ke aure ke ki zama kishiyan wata.
Okay, for Nidia, yeah, the kudi nan da ya iya ya duba ni da matan nan Kishi and the bad problem. I'm supposed to I can kill you.
It's like
You're
I've
not
been the
doing the right
idea
thing.
sa ki yada ki amiche the polygamy is in
If
the
he's
machine I do
capable,
by
he
king.
can take care of me and take care of my kids and take care of the other woman. But mostly, they don't even have the money to take care of the other woman. They bring you into they bring you into the family, and then you're struggling with your wives already. Then they will bring you in. Or he's struggling with me, then he brings another woman. Then we are all in struggling. How to feed is an issue. So why do you go into polygamy when you know you cannot take care of your wife?
So your issue is not about polygamy in the country, but about how
The
we are
men,
going to,
how you
we are
take care
going
of take care of your
Okay.
wives,
Okay.
exactly, and how the women also behaves when they come
when they are into
because they feel like
polygamy.
they're coming to compete with you already. So when
And
they
all
come
those
in,
things.
they're already fighting with you. They're already going to mile and book and those things.
It's a my dear. No, Rashida rather. Rashida. Inki high for area the inki much she talk to Mickey.
No,
Ma.
put my daughter aside.
Okay, come wanky.
For me myself, if I am a first wife and my husband is bringing in another, it will depend on him. If he has, like, it's not about the money all that. The money is important. But then, if he has the money and he doesn't even know how to treat you.
But how much is them? How much are we talking about?
You don't bring children into this world to come and punish them. Just because, you know, in our community, polygamy, all you keep hearing is, oh, I'm a Muslim, I'm entitled to up to 4 wives. The clause that comes with treating and loving them equally, most of them don't even know about it, or maybe they didn't read that bit.
But wait, when you say loving them equally, can a man love a woman equally?
You know, that's how come it's a clause. Even if you can love, some people would claim they can love both.
Is it like equity or equally?
That's the clause that came with it.
Okay.
If you can love and treat them equally. And then if you are treating people right and you are respecting them and their views and everything, it brings about the love and respect somehow. But you can't cater for yourself. You bring in another woman. And then if you are treating your first wife well and you are bringing in another woman, you should watch who you are bringing in and how best you can treat both of them. If you are bringing another woman and the other woman is already seeing your first wife as a rival, it should make you rethink. Some women don't mind their husbands adding another wife, but most often the ones that come to add up come with trouble. In few times, the ones that are already there have their own trouble. They won't give you like any peace of mind. Like back when Chiankali in most of those homes, it's only a few polygamous homes that would, like, you have Mata and Tache. Like the first wife says, okay, Kawa, I would accept her. Most times, like, I don't know the difference, but then first wife Tache, oh, Kawa, or sometimes my first wife, but the sender Kawa, second wife, but from Abinda Nina Sani, Nasanya Kamata, you are informed first wife, Kara.
But she said, "Share inform first wife. Yeah, it's just a sign of respect.
She should know.
Even when it comes to as what I studied the Matan Kamade first wife and then Kara. That's where mazan issue in Kezwa because Yanzuanga in Namijinyezo mostly in schools check Made then Kara Mata. So now I expect the fact that for the mata come Kara, she should accept it. But then it shouldn't work because in the ma koba mata ma kinda reject for it check Made mata kinda she's okay with the fact that Kaika Kara Mata. And for every woman that she's with you now, she will still feel that Yak matter, the guy should assure. So as a man, Zach, what do you think as a man you should do? In that for the matanka, or how should you prepare for that break such an issue to your wife?
See, the fact of the matter is that Kawa the Gidan, the Kawa the yanda AK handle issues like a Gidan. You cannot pick someone's scenario or situation and fit it into someone's. You understand? It is not possible. Kawa the Indic, Amanyozo shining polygamy. I mean, from experience, people that I know that have actually gotten married or have plans to get married, you know, none of them come with good news when they inform their wives.
It's a Yasuke.
So some of them, they go ahead to marry even though the wife keeps saying no. So they go ahead to marry. Some of them too, I think with time, they try as much as possible through communication. Even with that, still, the wish for her to be alone.
It's not that easy.
It's not that easy when the wives have agreed.
Oh,
there are a few instances where Martin the Suzukache,
so when you find out, when you find out, let me give you one instant story where a woman thinks the man's libido is too high. In a so chinchin too much. Yeah. You understand? She me in a so chinchin too much. Kumaita strength everything. She said she recommend water. Come on, Diana so recommend water so etanyeta like Suzama because
it's managing.
But she didn't tell the other woman that Gabi Nanike go through. I mean that's as I mean. Kara kike. Akai she akai komi de akai kara. So mijin kaman abinga horse ni asuno horse chicken doki ni you know ko Jakima because he's working without resting. It's a matter now come on oi.
But I read a similar story. I read a similar story recently.
The take is what was she expecting? Because I know Anche like dating or those things it's supposed to be halal, so you didn't know him that much. But at least ndaki when you should yakamata kuifira there are basic conversations
because no in the first place in the machine he's a married person.
Okay,
let me make this point clear because normal dating machine but none of you have a wife. Having sex out of marriage is not allowed. It's a machine my you know the matter. She days okuma day and funny the water. So she wouldn't even know commanding because it's in a society all those things like that are happening. As a married man they in the can assume.
But you know that communication is important. But the thing is that if a guy is going with me, she check on the matter. She check on she now soon sex man. I don't even if I've not had sex with her, I won't take it like unless I go into it before unless so he what he means by so sex and she is serious like that. I never imagine because of course having sex every day should be normal unless you have kids. But once they have more than once a day.
Is he employed? Because you don't, how would you have time?
Let me tell you something.
Let me come in. Often Shachi come on, and the unemployed guys are the ones who are always having sex. Let me tell you something. Based on my observation of people I've gotten closer to, and they are extremely busy. They are sexmaniacs than those who are not working. Every chance they get, they want to have sex. Every chance they get.
What time?
No, but wait.
And those people, they are busy. And those people, they hardly certify their women, satisfy their women because you have some quickie. Quickie.
Like bundle. No, she said they have to pay up the bundle.
If you say that, what time? Let me give you a scenario. She said, "Asuba, yata she sella." Kamache phone and Mayatashi. He's had one round with his wife. She after Salah, so he have second round before he goes to work. At that time he's not busy. Of course he's preparing to go to work. Kamache says in the evening when he comes before after Maghrib, he will chop again. In the night, midnight, he will chop again. And at night it releases stress and then makes them all the stress.
At this point, it causes stress to your partner. 4 times a day, come on.
She's saying that how will you have time to
they do, but it's in the machine that the matter be come matter oku. It's in the safi yo in our rinki. She the safi she asuba coming Fajr and before Fajr to go body Gidan. It's a maybe India come again a bash ring and our as they continue marching now.
What if he starts here?
Yeah, Manchester.
Yeah, so yeah, 2 days, 2 days.
2 days.
2 days, 2
It's
days.
after it's a in 2 days in yo we make 444. It's after 2 days. After that kids am food for 2 days. She moved to the next person. Then the person will she may take matter 2 days. She can matter some food.
But this is the thing.
Move come to the next person.
This is the thing. Kawa having the assumption reasons for wanting to
practice polygamy.
Yes, even though the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam has outlined all the reasons to use to actually practice polygamy. But again, yes, someone's reason might not even fall into the reasons that.
But do we have good reasons? Like, are there good instances like where we have polygamy? Where is good? They can have married this polygamous home there and make it kill Maridia.
I'm sorry. I have a friend who is married to 2 wives.
And I'll make a shower.
Like they move around everywhere
together.
I mean, they move around everywhere. Guy, last week, man, I went out to Newtown, and they are like the wives came together. They are young. I mean, they are young ladies.
You see, that's when the man is fortunate to find himself with 2 women who understand polygamy, who are real people and don't want to cause problems to themselves or another person. And it also depends on how the man treats them. Nka with Madia, Daka Kara Fati, cannot treat Madia the killed after Kakara Fati, Yenda Kake treating Taka no Kake. No reasonable woman will say, let me cause problems. If you treat them well and the woman still causes problems, then the woman herself is a working problem. You understand? But Zongo Mutane, they were those people that 2, 3, 4 wives. None of them use the prophet. None of them use his reasons. And they che Muslim man ayare up to fudushe sa she na da na chi na sha na kwana ko na da shi ko be da shi for women. Another one that ke da mata first wife, second ina da yara ba su zuwa school, ba su zuwa makaranta. The basic needs of yara be da shi. But he wants to add a third wife.
Yes, even when in that instance and who are we even going to? Because in the namijin da aka san kama bai da aiki ko aikin da yake yi na ba wani kudi yake samun cikin ba. Ina da mata, ina da yara biyu, so ina struggle a feeding su, even suturan su ma ya zama magana. Why su wa ya kamata a kama da irin hold on, check my the aure na bude da mutum hanya. Amma in this situation, let's be very realistic to ourselves. Yak mata kama da machine kasa kuma financially is not there. What I mean, madaki ma da machine dey kwanin yi kara matan ma. Yanzu ka ga ranar da rauri yanzu ake neman wai da ta nemi kujera a sa cikin dakin ko a nemi wani TV, wani gado, wani mattress a ta sa cikin dakin na an samu one single room. It's not in the first instance, yak mata such a person, should we encourage the person to add a wife?
No.
They don't even deserve it.
No. And then the women who allow themselves to be married to such men, I don't know what to say wrong with them. Kinga need and they can go in a fake Mickey life in Shima.
My dear, investigates. Put the fake life aside. Unfortunately, most of our young women
don't care.
They don't care.
You're desperate.
They see marriage and some of the parents see aside marriage is like it helps you complete your deen. But whereas kintashi keda kanki baki aiki, you don't have any source of income. You are of age, so you have to marry. You meet a man that can't take care of himself, and you want to add to the burden. I always say that machede coming kiaure. Keda kanki kina da naki. So let's say kiaure ya ogobe mijin kibe de lafia. You find a lot of them at the hospital. Why didn't you come when you were ill? Mijina ba shigida. So because her husband is not home, she has no access to health care. So assuming she was working, even if her husband is ill at that point, she could afford to take care of him. But these are people that enter and they can't even take care of themselves.
It's like people just women.
And
Most women
parents
just
would also
expect.
say, like, let's say, Kedaka kai fudianka, bakadu bataba, and you are pushing her into another man's home to take care of her. When we start being responsible, it will go a long way to help us. Though some people would even push them because they feel they are doing the man, they owe the man a favor.
Are you saying that?
It's like even this, you see, it's a responsibility as a man. Don't you feel that it's your responsibility? Come on, wonder that Kawa na ya kamata kadubata suturanta abinchinta lafiyanta, because adini maya cheka made. In the first place, the only reason why I can allow mamaza kukara matene is because in the kunya kuduba so, and you have to be fair to them. It's a maya cheer the na faruko the yaranta. Misa ka Kawa na biu kuma na biu nende ka kuma you can't be fair to them. Misa ka wala kanta for the second one you're going to get married to.
I just feel it's selfishness because they don't care. They know the right thing.
Is it
Some
true?
of them know the right
Is it
thing.
selfishness?
As I said, it differs. You cannot use someone's situation to describe another person's situation. When it comes to marriage and women, in fact, I mean, Islam in its own is a way of life. I mean, komi na chicken.
Komi come on me.
I mean, way of life, whatever we do, yo nzaka shiga bangida akwai abin da zaka yi ka shiga bayan gida zaka yi amfani da matanka akwai abin da zaka yi sannan ka yi amfani da matanka in zaka yi tafiya ma ka fita gida akwai yanda zaka yi ka fita gida in kana tafiya ma akwai abin da zaka yi. So it's a way of life, it's everything, just that mu ne muka zama ba mu sani ba. You understand? Mun zama aka in yazo kan mata wallahi inde an ce inde musulunci ya kama mu ya ce hey go by this. But the show na mace ta gaji. Na mace ta kuka don petty things cikin gida so abubuwa, because we are supposed to protect. We are supposed to protect you and give you all the needs. Aka ce larabawa ba matan su ba su aiki ba su yi ba su freedom, and the West is trying to got one freedom skin.
Freedom.
Because
they want to treat them as queens.
Exactly.
It's an our culture
is one. Our culture is one.
See, even cooking. Sooner, but Anna, I made this way. You cook.
Even Yakazo, Anche Kamade. Okay, if you just join us here, we are talking about marriage polygamy. It's this is Baina TV. You're watching Gidan Kawa on Baina TV. Muna batum polygamy in our homes. Back to
can I talk about the equality?
Yeah, before you talk about the equality, Anche Kamam, in our society now, namiji mazan yanzu abinda suke use to promote polygamy. Shoshe kamade insuka kara mata sun yi mace kin samu ki free ba kullun da ki ta aiki ba, kin samu lokacin ki samu ki huta ki kaza esa inda ku as mazan na ya kamata before okay mun ce kamar addini ya ce namiji ka kara mata en ba mu hana mazan mu su kara mata, amma abinda da ku yi as mazan ku make sure kamar da kuma yanzu an ga namiji ma tukune te kara matan mace da dai kawo na ya ba tare na muna ke cikin gida esa da ta zo gida wata bi mata ta biyo uwar gida fa ba ma kara ta bu ta biyo ta an ga wurin wasa mata na kuda mata ni ma na isa ni dan zon shigo ni man da ke abin da ke cin wannan zo.
In this instance ba the man is at fault, amma ke mace kuma da kara ki
no mazan nan me yasa suke wannan because in ba su kai maganan ba
wanda da su yi su gwada mannan. Excuse my language. In kina da hankali gaskiya. Once a man is disrespecting another woman in your face, you should know it will come to your turn. A man can start because some people don't even know how to get close to a woman and woo you. So, ye fara matana na kaza da bai da kyau. Ngena magana about his wife and they are all negative. You can correct him. Oh, Abba. If you correct him once or twice, I don't think he will come back disrespecting
And if he
his
does,
wife.
just
No,
stop.
Amma,
Stop
why
it.
should why should you be the one to even correct him? When as a man and
starts
she is
No, but if the man doesn't have the sense to
away
tell
from him.
to
no,
stop
the man
this.
should have the
No,
sense.
the man should have the sense. That's true.
all
But if he
human
doesn't,
beings
you,
are
the
not
woman, should be able to
equal.
correct him.
No, but
Otherwise,
if the man
stop
is
dating
the
him.
man of
Or
the
stop
house,
seeing
and
him.
if before you come into the house, he can't control
But you
those
know-
of them, then he's
No.
an irresponsible man who is not supposed
And
to practice
understand
polygamy.
he's an irresponsible man. But then if a man is stupid, must he also be stupid?
Can I-
Yes.
Excuse my
He
language.
wants to defend them.
No, not
He
to,
can't
not to,
defend them. He knows the truth. He
It
can't
takes
defend them.
two to accept
not
certain kind of
not to
attitudes.
necessarily defend. When I was to marry my wife, and we started talking about marriage, right? I told her, I'm the one marrying her, but she's the one coming.
Yeah.
I am the one marrying her, but she's the one coming.
agreeing to come. Yeah.
If she decides not to come, how am I going to marry her? Do you understand?
Yeah.
So I have proposed to you that I want to marry you,
And she has
you
to
say no. Koi Nazambi, Kinche no. There's no way I'm going to have you. But today they can accept. You accepted my proposal to come and be with me. So you cannot lay the blame on the man alone, but then on the other woman, because the moment Nami Jiazo in our Zagi Matanshi, it means he doesn't even have respect for women.
You. Yeah.
Not only that woman, for women. Because for whatever reason you want to get married, for whatever reason you want to get married, you should make sure that it is something between you and your wife. If your woman has defects, maybe shortfalls, and you say, okay, because of these shortfalls, I want to get married. Trust me, your marriage will not end. You keep marrying. You marry more than 1 million.
Because no one is
every
perfect.
human
No one is
being-
perfect.
This
Has
usually
their
mostly
shortfalls.
Namijide Karamata. She buying ta high for good abu. Why is it that mostly buying high for good abu? Tukunaku ke check mandaku car. In there is because yanzu Gidan mace nan ko wanganan bai da yanzu bai da tight. Kaga mata wanda zaka kawo kuma nan.
Is it the
Hold
reasons?
on.
the-
That
the
shouldn't
reason
be
you
a-
can-
that shouldn't
that
be a reason.
reason you gave is
That
not
shouldn't
even
be a
true.
reason.
There are
The reasons-
people that
So
have
if I
had,
get it-
there are people that have had up to 4 kids.
And they are so
And
tight.
once they keep themselves very well and practice good personal hygiene, they are still tight. Some people are naturally big. Some people are naturally tight. It's not about the number of kids they have had.
Short, but if you want to know about vagina health, but I'm going to take how to keep your vagina healthy and all that. Yankwi, last week we bought some vagina health and penis health. So you can go back after this show. You should go back and watch vagina and penis health, and you will know how to keep your vagina and your penis healthy. Yes.
So in this instance, it's not by way don't matter shita I for you. Shesa, some people have that reason. But for some people, in this instance, I would have to talk for the men. It's not it's not enough reason. But sometimes some of our women, they lay back once they are married, even before they start having children. And for some of the men,
Lay back in what
no
way? In
matter
what sense?
I'll get there. No matter what you do to some men, they'll still go out there. I don't agree with cheating is part of a man's DNA.
No.
Cheating has no gender.
Part of a man's DNA.
It has no gender. Because believe me,
I am not saying anything.
If you want me
I want to hear that.
some of the women
Let him answer.
Cheating part of a man because
No, it's
society
not.
mo anche kama in dem let me jina after waje ba magana it's ana gan kama dey it's okay anche ma ya ye kara
It's the
matter it's
hypocrisy.
maybe it's the process to
It's
carry
the
the matter
hypocrisy.
it's normal it's
You see,
it's normal.
the thing is that as men, we find ourselves at the mercy of women. Maybe you might not agree with me. We are somehow vulnerable when it comes to women. And that's where the power of women, arises.
Delilah.
Because again,
It's not
I think-
Delilah. Women don't
You see-
even know how powerful
You see,
we are. That's the unfortunate
so
bit.
because once you get to know that, once you get to know all of that, you realize that okay, because Namiji, maybe we should find a time and talk about, how vulnerable
Men.
men are where women are. how vulnerable men are where women are. Even during the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, there was a situation, I cannot recall the particular narrator, where, forgive me, may Allah forgive me if what I'm saying, does not agree with what really was said. I don't know whether it is in the Quran or it was a hadith, that the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, at a point that Allah stopped him, if not for the intervention of that, he would have fallen. That's the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, that he would have fallen, if not for the intervention, he would have fallen. That was to show how vulnerable.
But that doesn't mean that you are.
Yes, I'm not. Yes,
your DNA.
For us to agree to say that,
exactly.
We should. But then I always say that a man must be understudied. Then I got to realize that no, we don't need understudying. The Quran has the Islam has told us everything about a man and a woman. If you go deeper from the Quran to the Hadith, you get to realize that okay, so the study that we are talking about is actually there already for us to study, and is now that we are going to do a new research to understand a man. The more reason, if you take the marrying of more than one, for several reasons, that Allah knows that this is who I made you. How can a man see a woman and then imagine and then come? It is not normal. You understand? And sometimes I say, until you are a man, I'm not defending cheating. I'm just trying to let us understand that circumstances that setting, but cheating should be out. I'm not defending it. Okay. You understand? It is wrong. But again, that's why we have to. Cheating is part. If you meet a woman and you are somehow attracted to her for one reason or the other, make her your wife. So to stop you from what? From cheating.
I don't even want to end this conversation. Look at you, so we'll have to continue this conversation again. We were talking about polygamy and tidbits from Abinda from the beginning to the end. But we come on, ba polygamy, especially for Mata. But we ba mazan musu kara matan bane is the fears that abin da ke happen prior to ko after polygamy na ita inda mazan kuyi fair to matanku mata ba su have problem with polygamy kuma as mata a
woman, I'm sorry, a woman will always have a problem with polygamy.
I have to give you 1 minute.
Not all women.
Yes, 1 minute.
To add to what you were saying, polygamy doesn't depend solely on the men, even though they have a large responsibility to play when it comes to polygamy. But then again, they have to learn to treat their women well and right, regardless of whether they are married to one or more than one woman. We find most of our malams and our imams who are supposed to know better. He adds another wife and stays with her, and the other one before her becomes dormant. So if you are practicing this and a young man comes to you or a young woman comes to you that, oh, mijina ya kara, bezu urina, what advice would you give him? But we find it common, and then in our setting, people are not allowed to voice out as much as it bothers them. They are not allowed to voice out. And then we don't even have like counseling sessions. Counseling sessions shouldn't end after marriage.
Do you even have it before marriage?
That's my problem with my community. It doesn't happen. It doesn't
in the machima, she's going to I could break news of this polygamy. She's going to go through a lot of psychological problems before she can take this thing. Okay, because of time, I'll just take give 30 minutes. Yes, you are done with yours. So 30 minutes, 30 seconds. 30 seconds
okay.
tomorrow. Yeah,
so
exactly.
So I was
30 seconds.
I was reading something on Facebook, and the guy said he can't wait to marry up to 3 and then like get them uniform, since Islam says you should be just and treat them equally. When he buys a blue dress, you buy the same blue for everyone and all that. No, when they say equally, it doesn't really mean like equally. It should be like equity.
Yeah.
That is, if you are buying, that doesn't mean that if you are buying, you have 2 wives, you are buying rice for the first wife, you should buy the same number of rice bags for the second wife. Like if the first wife has 3 children, the second wife has 1. When you're buying bag of rice for them, one she gets 1.5 and one she gets 1. That's what we mean by equity.
Some the men should know when
it shouldn't
to
be like I don't like red because you are buying red for my wife, but you should give me red. No, at least you can get the same thing but different colors or different brand.
Okay.
It shouldn't be like that.
You heard what Maridia said. Maridia said, Mazana, India could practice equity. You could consider the circumstance before you practice equity. Zach, 30 seconds.
Eh, to kude kuyankuri, ankuri muke baku.
Aude ankuri ne, yezo munga jima. Aude munga ankuri ne na miyo.
Kuma ankuri ma cikin aure. Wallahi kuke ankuri da yawa. Kun fi mu ankuri da yawa. Allah ya kara muku ankuri. Kuma mu ma Allah ya ba mu ankali. Ya so mu understand ankuri da me shike yin nan. Ankali mu ma muna ni da ankali. Ku yi ankuri. Ya so ne muka je okay za mu kara wani karawa. Ba mu ce ku support mu kadan ya so ba mu je ku kawo kudi ba
mu support ku da me
ya zu ku shiga cikin
magana no right now 30 seconds no at this point we can't even say no to it, we just have to plead for it to be done right.